walking to the airport for climate. We just think everybody in society, like every single person, has to give a little sacrifice for society. And we thought our sacrifice could be not driving to the airport because there's so many cars and like, you know, about CO2 and everything.
Yeah, then we will use the airplane, yeah, to go to China. But to the airport and there in China, I guess we will use the bikes, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll see the...
I think it's part of a big movement. It's already starting a little bit.
Yeah. When we sit on like
everybody
Reykjavik,
realized
yeah.
what is going on and
Yeah.
like what is happening. So we thought, oh yeah, let's start something to actually save the nature.
We're making a funeral for a tree. Since it's pretty hot here in Austria and middle of Europe, the bark beetles are having a really good time. These trees, as you also see, they have very low roots, so they cannot suck out the water enough to make resin to fight against the beetle or to make like this barrier.
I feel like this is a collaboration with bark beetles because most of the job is done by them. First, this actually came from this idea of mending with gold, like the, I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but it's kintsugi, the art of repairing broken ceramics with gold.
Hello, my name is Songgu.
Hello, my name is Soyoung.
Our project title is Between a Tree.
First, we wanted to cut all the trees, one tree into many pieces, and observe the circles inside the trees. We tried to observe many circles around our surroundings and find the connections between all different kinds of circles. During the performance, there will be many different happenings on the circles.
Now I'm melting the resin, it's tree resin, and the idea is to cast it around this mesh that is used as a concrete reinforcement. So I'm kind of like switching around its purpose and the material that would englobe it. I like the fact that the tree resin is kind of like the defense mechanism of the tree, because it gets produced to protect the tree from cuts. The metal I chose mainly because reading a lot or getting information about the area, and all the woods were kind of purposed for the mine, and this whole industry changed the whole ecosystem and the whole area. The iron gets used for production of steel, and steel then gets used for the production of these kind of things, because the majority of the steel then goes into construction and infrastructures, and this is the main product. So I like this idea to kind of have this as a symbol of this whole infrastructure and this whole production that influenced the area so much.
I'm now filling up the little square I made. So the finished product will be later on, when it's dried tomorrow, actually the opposite. So it's kind of a negative from the nature. So when you turn it upside down, the actual thing you see is the negative imprint of the nature which is below. Nature is being destroyed to build, and most often, or the most used material in building nowadays is concrete. I thought it's interesting to depict nature in this really brutal and hard and not very natural material, and then to have this like all different kind of forms, because none of my prints are the same. They all turned out so differently because nature just is. It's not the same, it's always different, and it's very sensitive.
Zu diesem Mythos des weißen Rehs dann so ein bisschen Recherche angestellt und bin dann drauf gekommen, dass es irgendwie ein Symbol ist für Leben und auch für Tod. Und ja, Jäger dürfen es nicht schießen. Es bringt Unglück, es bringt den Tod, wenn ein Jäger ein weißes Reh schießt. Habe dann angefangen, also eine Fotokollage anzufertigen, die Großreifling zeigt. Habe das als Motiv genommen für diese Schützenscheibe und zum Jagd- und Schießzentrum Steyr gegangen, und dort mir ein netter Herr geholfen, genau die Einschüsse dort zu platzieren, wo ich das gern hätte. Und ja, es ist im Endeffekt eine Konzeptarbeit geworden von Roswitha Meyerhofer, die das Motiv gemacht hat, dem Schützen, und dem Jakob Breiter, einem naturalistischen Maler. Und das ist dabei rausgekommen.
What is he doing?
He's digging the grave.
Ah.
Yeah. They're going pretty deep, actually. I said 1 meter, and it looks like they go even deeper, no?
I noticed a little nest, and I started to think about all the holes and cracks this really, really old building has. In parallel to this discovery of the nest, we as a group started thinking about renovating the upper floor. It's a general phenomenon that more and more roofs, more and more cellars are getting replaced, and so the nest, the living space of animals, get destroyed. I thought I would suggest a plan of this building for animals and not for us, the people. This plan is showing the traces the physical traces of animals on this floor. How I imagine it would be if we would let them stay here. So, for example, here is a hole in the floor, which would be the perfect entrance for
Und was ist deine Lieblingstür?
Ich mag diese Beton, wie kann ich sagen? Ja, ich mag das und das sehr gut funktioniert. Und da gibt es ein Loch. Ich kann da untersehen. Spaß machen, ich möchte. Leute, das ist so süß, oder? Ja.
Poster is for my commercial. I'm making a commercial advertisement for this high-tech nose. In the future, that our nose will no longer suitable for all the humankind because due to the climate change, we need a better nose. So I propose this high-tech nose.
Blumen an sich oder so Zierblumen interessieren mich schon, weil ich glaube, ja, dass da schon irgendwie so einiges von dem Verhältnis von Mensch und was wir jetzt Natur nennen, irgendwie eingeschrieben ist. Oder Menschen muss man ja auch wieder präzisieren, dass es schon um ja, Menschen im Kapitalismus geht, dass da irgendwie so viel von dem Verhältnis eingeschrieben ist. Und irgendwie war schon auch die Idee, dass es ja klar ist, dass Monokulturen am Sterben sind oder diese Fichtenmonokulturen. Und dann aber im Grunde genommen auch die Frage, wie man auf diese Zeit und auf Fichten zurückblicken wird und irgendwie so einen Moment von auch einer Würdigung zu haben. Und dann kam irgendwie so diese Idee und auch in der Kombination mit meiner anderen Intervention, dass es so einen Austausch von diesen Zierblumen und diesen Monokulturen gibt und auch ja, im Grunde genommen sich so wiederholt und wieder eine Monokultur in der Monokultur ist. Ja. It's like somehow not so important if they survive or not. It's more about like having this picture or was a scene that once was there, planted by me.
Confrontation with the woods and this dying woods in Großreifling. Yeah, what is happening when the woods are dying and then we can't breathe anymore, we will not have enough air. The idea of photosynthesis came up, that the human body in whatever way could start to produce oxygen by itself? Would it be a technical achievement, a new modern modification of the body, or would it be like an evolutionary development, or is it a practice that we have to repeat every day? I really wanted to invite to imagine how could it be to do photosynthesis. Everybody is getting a shot, like a green super smoothie superfood with a lot of vitamins and minerals, especially good for plants. Lay down below growing lights, listening to a meditation that goes on a really deep molecular level and explains you how your body will transform now, like which cells and organs in which way are developing.
How does photosynthesis work?
We are just not able to do it, and we fucking need the woods to produce oxygen. Is the clay behind you dry? Is the river clay I picked up this today? I was wanting to make the clay as a cake and then create a story about these clay cakes. The people 1,000 years ago, they are eating the clay cake since that. Like what you can learn from the clay cakes and then processing the clays. It's an official history. I said it. I think it's eatable because when people they're saying how to recognize if it's clay or not, you should taste it. And it's all about if you taste something, then it's not clay, but it's not any taste, then it is clay. I tried this, and this one tastes nothing, so I'm pretty sure it's clay. Yeah, you have to taste it.
I think we can't understand how it must feel for a tree to grow, or these big amount of time they like stand still at one place. These wood pieces are massive, and I think they are very interesting if you are able to give them a closer look. I thought about how long will it take to build an artwork for this exhibition here. It will be nothing compared to these 400 years.
And how long did you use on it?
Like one day. I tried it 3 times in porcelain, but it cracked every time, and need maybe 400 years to figure out. We are so far away from them. We are not in contact with trees. We are not able to understand if the floor in our apartment, if it's wood or if it's plastic, or we are illiterate in a way, material illiterate. We are not able to read materials anymore, often not able to see that there is life behind it.
For me, that is important that I reuse this paper. Like, you can try to do like this, or maybe even put it out is fine, and then just put it backward. Yep. Like this. And then you can also like try to create different layer, like different high, different lowers. Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, you can do it. When I'm making this, it's also kind of make me feel relaxed, and I really like people to also interact with the work. I think that is also one thing I felt is really important.
I want every one of you to make a circle that pops into your mind with your body. I would like to kindly invite people who made circle like this to come on the stage.
Im Namen des Vaters und des Sohnes und des Heiligen Geistes. Amen. Im ersten Kapitel, was unserem Haus widerfährt, beschreibt der Papst, dass diese Erde gerade durch unsere Wegwerfkultur erleidet. Die Luftverschmutzung, die Abfallberge, der Klimawandel und der Verlust von Tier- und Pflanzenarten. Papst Franziskus schreibt, wir sind nicht Gott. Die Erde war schon vor uns da und ist uns gegeben worden. Jede Gemeinschaft darf von der Natur nur das nehmen, was sie zu ihrem Überleben braucht, hat aber auch die Pflicht, sie zu schützen und das Fortbestehen ihrer Fruchtbarkeit für die kommenden Generationen zu gewährleisten. Wir als gläubige Menschen oder als verantwortungsbewusste Menschen sollten uns den Ernst der Lage zu Herzen nehmen. Und gerade dieses Projekt möchte uns auch den Ernst der Lage ans Herz legen. Und wir sollten unser Möglichstes tun, um auch unseren nachfolgenden Generationen eine intakte Natur und Schöpfung übergeben zu können. Ein Baum wird begraben. Möge uns diese Baumbeisetzung zu denken geben, unsere Herzen anrühren, dass wir verantwortungsvoll mit der Natur umgehen in Ewigkeit. Amen.